Hello everybody, today I'm going to be bringing you along to make a school project. And this project is actually for my history class, but I am going to be making something. It's pretty artistic, so I thought I would make a video on it. But basically, we have to make a physical object from the early modern era time. And so I've chosen the topic like Incan art, and I thought I would make the golden llama, which is a figurine, and I will show some pictures on the screen right now. And so my hope is to recreate it out of clay to make it about the same. So make sure to hit that subscribe button and let's just get right into the video. And so I think I'm going to be using Mono Magic for this because it is air dry clay and it dries relatively fast. Plus it can be painted. So I think it is time to get started.
So I thought the easiest way to sculpt this would to make kind of like a long rectangle and then fold it to be the neck and body, and then I attach like the limbs and the head and everything. So that's what I did. I don't know if there was an easier way to do this, but too late now, right? But I started shaping the head after that. And sculpting this was also kind of hard because I was only going based off of pictures and I didn't have like the physical thing to look at. So I tried my best. It's obviously not going to be the same, but I then sculpted the ears and then I started working on the legs. So I decided that I was just going to like flatten the top part and then make the rest kind of like round, if that makes sense, and then I just attach it with the flat part. And then I also worked on the feet, and the gold llama actually has these little toes and they're so cute, so I decided to use my scissors to kind of shape them. And so yeah, I basically just got all the parts ready, and here's me shaping the last leg. And then I started to attach them, and this is where things kind of went downhill. I really couldn't get anything smooth, it was all like super blotchy. Luckily the original kind of had those same folds and creases and stuff since it was made out of like pure gold. And you might be wondering what that eraser is. Basically, I didn't want the legs to touch and stick because they weren't very solid, so I just had to keep an eraser between all four of them so that they wouldn't do that. And to try and help the problem, I decided to add some toothpicks for support. So I just kind of marked where I wanted to cut it, and then I did, and then based off of that little piece, I cut the rest of them. And so I put a toothpick in each little leg and then also one in the neck. And I'm not really sure if that did anything, but I can say that I tried at least. And so then it was time to work on the head, so I started off by kind of marking out the nostrils. There was no added pieces, it was just kind of carved in. So I was just using a toothpick and a dotting tool, and I just like sculpted out the eyes and the mouth under the nostrils, and then I just stuck it on with some more little pieces of toothpicks as well as the ears. Here's me opening some brand new metallic paint. Wow, look at that brush stroke. And let me tell you, this paint was pretty, but it was also super see-through. And I knew I was in for a long haul of coats and coats and coats, but I really just tried to get everywhere with the first coat. And I decided to paint everything but the head so that I could hold the head when I was painting like everything else. And while I was painting, I accidentally knocked off both of the ears and two of the little like toes that I attached. So I had to glue those back on, which you'll see me doing in a moment. I did use hot glue for this, and I think it worked pretty well. And here's me gluing on those little toe beans of his. But now I could finally paint the head, and so I just did that. And I probably did about 4 or 5 coats of this paint. So yeah, it did take a long time, but definitely worth it. Okay, so here is how the finished product turned out. It can stand, and I am actually so happy with how it turned out. I definitely lost some faith kind of while sculpting it, but I'm glad that I just kind of trusted it and continued. I think the paint is really cool, and I love how metallic and shiny it made this piece. Here is the brand in case you were wondering. But yeah, I'm just glad that it's done. I hope I get a good grade on it, and I'm glad that I was able to bring you along. I still do have to make the presentation like note cards and stuff, but I'm glad that this is done. And obviously it's not an exact replica at all, but I still think it looks pretty close. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. Bye!